When it comes to the cloud, there's more than one way to serve a file. In this episode of Google Cloud Storage Bytes, we walk you through all the different ways to serve data from Google Cloud Storage. It's kind of like having a yard sale, but all of the stuff stays in your yard, or you decide where it goes, or something. You probably already know that Google Cloud Storage is a fantastic product to serve assets to your customers and use in your application. But depending on your application, you might need some different methods of getting that data out of a GCS bucket. So let's take a look at your options. A common use case is where you're hosting files in GCS and serving them publicly for a website or an application. In this situation, you need a URL so you can fetch things via an HTTP request. Now, while the files in GCS are by default hidden from public view, you can change the access settings to give them a unique public URL for just such a purpose. This lets you use GCS to serve static websites or serve your content to an application directly. Now, for items which aren't exposed through a public endpoint, you've guessed it, you've got a couple more options. First, if you need to download assets directly into your application and they don't have publicly accessible URLs, you can use the client libraries. Secondly, you have a gsutil application. gsutil is a Python application that lets you access cloud storage from the command line. For our purposes, the cp command allows you to upload files from your local machine to Google Cloud. For example, running this command will download from a GCS bucket to a local path on your device. And like any awesome tool, gsutil comes with a plethora of options to use to configure to your specific use case, like the -m command, which allows for copy options to occur in parallel. You can also directly go to the REST APIs, using other programs, like curl, to fetch your files directly and allow the user to log in with OAuth. And finally, you can use the console, right-click on the object, and select Save As. This is really good when you're trying to grab individual files when you're debugging or manually tricking through things. But downloading files is really just the start. There's so much more power in cloud storage, but that's for another episode. Subscribe, give us a like, and let us know what features of cloud storage you'd like to know more about. Thanks again for joining us for this quick bite of Google Cloud Storage. See you next time.